The most expensive liquid in the world is horse semen. Yeah, that's what the video is about today. Oh God, oh no. Why am I doing this? Okay, damn.
So we collected about 80 mils, and this is going to be worth $1,000. That means that a gallon of this horse's semen is worth $4.7 million.
Holy. Okay, so apparently I am in the wrong field. Turns out I should have been jacking up horses this entire time. Jesus Christ. So the reason why horse semen is so expensive is because in the horse breeding world, genetics is everything. If you could get a prize-winning horse's genetics passed down to a young foal, you could have a massive return on your investment. After they collect a sample from a stud, they put it into small tubes called straws. Each of these straws have about 150 to 200 million sperm cells. And for this particular sports horse, each straw could go for $1,200. But this is nowhere near the most expensive. But we'll touch on that in a little bit. Now, if the foal inherits the good genes from its parents, they could be sold 3 or 4 years later for almost $100,000. That's more than an 8,000% return on your initial investment. However, this is all still a gamble. Even though most stud farms offer guarantees in producing a live fowl, it's not guaranteed that the live fowl will inherit the good genes. So some breeders may have to try many times until they get the right combinations of genes that they are looking for. But something that is really interesting that I found out is that most modern horses can be traced back to a few original stallions. So even carriage horses in New York City to champion race horses like Galileo, the world's most expensive sire, can be sort of related. In fact, 95% of all thoroughbred racehorses like Galileo can be traced back to just a few ancestors who are all linked to a single super stud, the Darley Arabian, born in 1700. However, the price of thoroughbred semen can be hard to calculate because all thoroughbreds must be bred naturally. This is where things get a bit black market. In the sports horse world, the gene pool is wider, so artificial insemination is okay. However, in the racehorse world, if they allowed artificial insemination, a single stud could produce hundreds of stallions. But because the genetic lines of thoroughbreds are so similar, any inbreeding could cause genetic abnormalities. Therefore, all thoroughbred breeding must occur naturally, which means you can't directly purchase collected sperm from a famous racehorse like Galileo. If you wanted to breed with a horse like Galileo, you have to have huge financial backing. Since the demand is high and the quote-unquote stock is limited, the price of a good stud semen skyrockets. And the reason that Galileo is known to be the most expensive sire is proved through the success of his offspring. Galileo has sired no less than 84 winning racehorses. So that is why so many breeders want to use Galileo's genes. It is widely reported that the price for a piece of Galileo is roughly $650,000, which roughly equates to about $49 million a gallon, making it the most expensive liquid in the world. That's a whole lot of money. And unfortunately, when there's a lot of money, there's bound to be corrupt morals that follow. Despite being safer for both mare and stallion, artificial insemination is criticized for its ethics. A closer analysis of thoroughbred racehorse genetics revealed that roughly 10% experience orthopedic problems, and the majority suffer exercise-induced bleeding of the lungs. This is probably a result of the inbreeding. PETA investigators were able to capture footage from inside a breeding barn at Darley in Kentucky. They saw stallions being coaxed to cover more than 100 mares each in a single breeding season. It was also reported that some of those horses were sold for slaughter at a horse meat market, most likely because the horses didn't inherit the genes that the breeders were looking for. With all the money to be made in horse racing, it is likely that horse semen will remain at the top as the most expensive liquid in the world. Thank you for watching this episode of Knowledge Dump. If you haven't already, like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, we believe in you.